Welcome to Wildcard on CBSNews.com. This week, we've taken a cue from BP, gathered up a 6 lick of clips, and just let them flow. Tidy whities are cool again.
Just take those old records off the shelf.
Not because of Tom Cruise, but because of Joseph Wang, an engineering professor at UC San Diego whose breathable cotton man panties might actually save your life. These silk-screened images contain chemical sensors that react to body fluids and help monitor vital signs. Always a fan of standard issue underwear, this project is being funded by the U.S. Navy.
This specific project involves monitoring the injury of soldier during a battlefield injury, and the goal is to develop a minimally invasive sensor that can locate in the field that identify the type of injury.
So if a guy comes up to you and tells you he's having a chemical reaction in his pants, resist the urge to punch him in the face and call 911. And speaking of embarrassing technology, Steve Jobs, master of Macs, Adonis of Apples, unveiled his next-generation iPod this week to a packed auditorium in California. Or at least he tried to.
We're having a little problem here. I don't know what's wrong with our networks.
And then he tried again.
Well, geez.
And again.
Scott, you got any suggestions?
It's okay. First-generation stuff always has a few kinks to work out. I guess Steve is no exception. Calvin Klein is getting a new market for his perfume. Zoos. Keepers at the Brookfield Zoo are using strong commercial perfumes to keep their big cats happy and animated. And which fashionable pheromones make the female felines extra frisky? CK's obsession for men. I think this should be the start of a new advertising campaign. Obsession for men, a surefire way to attract a big cougar. Voting is hard. Just ask the governor, who got himself elected to major office but was bested by a piece of paper and an automated machine.
You've overvoted for the U.S. Senator, which means that you voted for more than one candidate.
This clearly uncomfortable poll operator helped him say hasta la vista to the defunct ballot and try again. Eventually, Arnold figured it out, and the transaction was successfully terminated. And finally today, while the rest of the world worries about the vulnerability of shores in the Gulf, a Delaware beach is having some exposure problems of its own. Lifeguards at Rehoboth Beach asked several individuals who they thought were topless women to cover it up. Turns out, they were transgendered men who initially refused because the city's indecency ordinance does not require men to wear shirts. Local beachgoers are starting to question whether the existing law will be enough if any future incidents should arise.
I've got full confidence in the police that if this or any issue cropped up again and again as a problem with enforcement, then the police would advise us and we would take a look at it then.
You know, there's a lot of headaches you expect to deal with when taking your family to the beach. Explaining the meaning of transgendered to your 9-year-old probably isn't one of them.